What's up, gamers? I genuinely underestimated this series. Usually, I kind of watch through all of the footage before I start a series so I know where it's going to go. So, my Kislev recordings, there was about 26 recordings, right? All of my recordings in that first little bit, Cathay, Kislev, were both about 26. And then uh, the Chaos factions were closer, like 13, 14. But then since then, all of my recordings have been like under 10 actual recordings. Wood Elves had 20. I presumed I did in shorter spurts with a lot less content, or there was a lot AFKing. It was not. So this might end up being a 10 episode series. Now I know that's probably not as fun, let's say, as my like 3 episode series, but it's kind of the situation we're in. But then after this, you guys get fun with Cetra, and then you get fun with Skaven. Not the techie Skaven yet. You'll have after the Plague Skaven, we will be in the present with editing. I'm not sure how I'll dictate that. It's like chapters of a book. It'll mean I'm working on a bunch of new stuff, which will make me really happy, because it's all about working and getting better at what you do, and that's what I've been doing. But what I'm meaning to say is, or like I think a message I want to put forward is, I am going to try to edit these over the next 2 days. As we just, Well, hello, Archie. How's it going? Gremlin is here. He came up, he's like, "Why are you talking? There is no one here. You are a fool." And now he's disappeared. I'm in a lot of pain right now. But yeah, the point being, I'm going to try to edit these. I don't have work today. I was already at the job site this morning, right after the gym. Pretty much same time, or debatably. And I talked to him, and he's just like, so there wasn't a call-in. I'm like, oh, I know, my teacher is going to either have a class or not have a class, because today is the last treatment for an illness she has. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, we'll just take you off the call-in list. Like, you won't be on call, which I'm usually not on call. Like, I'm there. It's only been like the last 2 weeks. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Enough about IRL. The strategy is very basic with Wood Elves. Front line, it's just like normal elves. Staunch spear line, bow and arrows. The only difference being we have a fucking artillery unit flying with us off the back, which is pretty insane. But yeah, I don't really think I need to get into working politics, but work is good. We're doing this on-call thing. Out of the 5 days I'd usually be there, 2 of them, I'm really enjoying it. That's all I'll say. I don't want to get you guys into the working politics of my life. Let's see. I don't know. We got our spearmen like enveloped, and they're kind of in red combat, but they're on the up and up. Yes? Yeah? What's up? I'm sorry, he's crying. Yes, Archie? I'll deal with that in a second. Oh, baby. Yeah, no. We're fighting shit. We're doing good shit. I don't really know what else to say. The fights aren't too complex now. I think the next fight is decently complex. Don't worry, there's actually some entertaining parts of this video. I did really enjoy this campaign, aka why it went on for fucking 20 episodes. So I hope you guys enjoy this series as much. I hope me talking about work in the first episode hasn't tainted it. Well, I talk about myself every episode, so I don't think that's an issue. I'm going to go see if Archie's alright. He is okay. He wished to frolic and play, which is not what's happening. I love this fucking game, dude. We have this tree over here. I don't know why it was given to us. It's badass that we have it. It's such a good campaign. People talk about how good of a campaign it is for good reason. Like, you got 4 good, those are heroes. Treemen, my absolute favorite. Actually, my favorite thing in the whole campaign is treemen. I adore them. And we've got these forests that we need to heal and all this stuff. And it's, it's good mechanics, even in Immortal Empires. Okay, let's do this. This was a ill-fated battle, we'll call it. Very, very difficult. Let's have a bit of monster. I probably shouldn't be doing that as my chest already hurts, but that's a chest pump, not a heart attack. Or at least we can hope. If y'all hear me go, and then there's no talking for the rest of the video, and it still gets uploaded, you can make assumptions. That'd actually be pretty funny. I don't want to do it humorously, as that's like a little bit weird, but still, or a little bit poor taste, not weird. Spear lines are working well. We're shooting the crap out of these guys. The spear lines are gonna hold up well. There's an overwhelming amount of these enemies. The enemy lord is a spellcaster. They had one ranged unit that we just decided to absolutely obliterate, which is probably smart. And the rest of what we're doing is going to be, or was going to be, just upholding this line and letting our ranged units do what they could do. But that's not what ended up happening. We just had to be smart, keep harassing that back line, and then eventually as our units crumble and flee, or just get outright killed and chased down. Luckily, they don't actually chase down people that much. They just let them flee if they're a broken unit. What you have to do, or have to account for, is your units indeed not breaking and instead, like, backing off and then coming back in, like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And then you're not microing them, which is happening with some of my bowmen in the back. It's like, oopsie daisy. Yeah, look, we finally figured it out. It's like, oopsie daisies, I'm dead. Look, they just got completely trashed by Dark Elves. I don't know, I kind of can't wait for a Dark Elf campaign. It's going to be something. We'll see, we'll see. It's going to for sure be... I'm trying to think of the wording. I enjoy Dark Elves. I've only ever played a complete auto-resolve like Mirakath or whatever campaign. So it'll for sure be something we have to think harshly about. And then look at this. The birds are like fucking feral beasts. Tracking these guys down and eating them. Revenge for what you did to us. Revenge for taking all of our ground units. Well, my software is being really iffy right now. It keeps saying it's like endlessly rendering the same scenes. I don't get what's going on, so I had to pause and let that happen. So it's being pretty shuttery, but we've broken most of their units. I mean, they're about to suffer, and there we go. They suffered unit losses. We're going to keep pushing our way through here, doing what we can do. We lost... I almost was going to say invaluable units, like they're valuable. They really aren't. In all honesty, the units here are, what? like tier 1, tier 2 units other than the bird archers, and we can always reimburse. And I do think I was more tolerant of losses in this campaign, which is probably pretty good. I did do my classic procedure. I save scummed some, but I don't think it was ill-fated. There was some stuff in this episode towards the end that, let's just say, got retconned in terms of story writing, because I was opposed to my undead neighbors for a while. I was like, oh, Tomb Kings? Don't like them. Turns out, best friends. I could not have made a more silly mistake. That's just a little hint, a little spoiler of what's to come, because I did watch some of the footage before this. But let's watch me quite literally have the worst siege known to man. Now what I try to do is get my birds and stuff up there. I'm like, ah yes, let's fly them over to the victory point. Thinking I could somehow capture it, even if I brought my people down to the ground. No, flying units are not allowed to capture points. I don't think at all. Kinda silly. Kinda kooky, kinda crazy, kinda silly. I think they steadily lose morale if they stay too high and they're the only units. Kinda sucks. We're gonna have to redo this. Yep, a little bit of a retry. That was silly of us, you know, we weren't fully prepared, we didn't make the right decisions. Not that sieging this place is ever a right decision. I mean, it's a pretty fortified place, so we'd have to walk our units up to that victory point if we ever wanted to do it, because we're probably not going to unit loss a bigger army, or at least like a reasonably sized army. I think that's the reason people wait the auto-resolve settlements. And I probably could have had a much better, like, non-auto-resolve. Like, how do I explain this? I probably could have had a way better time with a... words are difficult, aren't they? I could have had a way better time with a field battle. Ah, that's the words I was looking for. Also, I'm thinking of buying, when it goes on sale, like Atlia and stuff. I don't know, seems fun enough. I want to play some other games. I have Rome. I have Bannerlord. Bannerlord is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm probably going to play that after the Warhammer franchise. You guys are going to see. I'm a proud... It's not Bretonia. I can't say Bretonia. There's Swatia, or I think, is a Swatian cheese or whatever. Those guys, I enjoy them. They're Valadia now. They've changed their name to Valadia, but we all know their heritage from Warband. And then there's Azurai. Try to think. It might be Bretonia. It doesn't sound right though. It's like the forest people, the woodsmen, and the lone wolf archers, or like the wolfmen archers. Those are my goats. I play those guys really, really well, and I'll probably do a campaign of that, and maybe like an Azurai campaign or something. Typically I do tend to build my own. Look at that, our artillery units in the fucking sky. They aren't gonna hit us. But, I do tend to make my own kingdom. But I think I'll do some alliance play. Like, being a part of a kingdom. It's probably pretty good for me. I'll do a couple of those. I'll do one where I'm like... north, south, east, and central. I don't do Empire. I don't play Empire. It's just too generalized. Doesn't feel right. And there was all that propaganda when it first came out about like the Empire simps and stuff. So I just don't tend to play Empire. The case I'm trying to make is probably once I'm done with Warhammer, I'll do the Woodsman faction, the Norse, like, northern faction. I'll do the western faction, the Swatians, and then I'll do the Azerai. And I'll probably do a couple of those campaigns, and they'll be like 3-4 episodes long, and it'll just be me trying to get in alliance with that faction. It'll probably last until we get maybe our first hold or the dragon banner and present it to our kingdom or something. I don't know. We'll see what all I'm comfortable editing into like 4 or 5 episodes, because I don't want any series to go on too long, because it's pretty crazy. Like, I had to put out 5-6 episodes a day of my Starbound and stuff when I decided I didn't want that, being my long-term content. I had to put that out like 4 or 5 times a day to be like, hey, I want to get this out there, because I didn't want to just delete it. That didn't make sense to me, because there was people who watched it. So I decided, like, there was people who were enjoying the series. I shouldn't say I was just doing it for, like, views, but there was people who enjoyed it, so I'm like, oh, well, the reasonable second answer, the reasonable other option is to just get it out in more of a bulk so I can move on to this content. And I think that was the proper choice. Let's keep it up. Come on, we're pushing forward. We can use the world routes to travel, but it's a little early for that. Holy cow, that makes a lot of noise. Let's push. We're about to do a battle, I think. We got a couple, more than a couple good battles in this campaign. We've got a lot of really, I don't want to say thought out, well fought battles, especially this first episode. I'm pretty sure some of the other episodes are, take it, do not, oh my lord, how silly of us. I just absolutely blasted a fucking sneeze and died. Also, these gore herds are gonna kill the absolute shit out of us. There's like not a chance in hell. What the fuck, dude? This editing software I paid money for gives me pop-up ads. The fuck? Might as well use like DaVinci free if I'm getting pop-up ads. Use a Premiere Pro. Like, what the hell? Yeah, I'm not re-buying your software. I have the premium version. It was gifted to me. They're upset I'm not using their subscription to get faster fucking export or something. Like, I don't know what the hell they're trying to advertise me on, but they should not be fucking sending me pop-up ads while I'm like voicing something over, while I'm playing games. Happened the other day while I was playing Brotato. One of my favorite fucking games. I'm not sure what I'm playing after Brotato. I might do like Tavern Keeper or Crypt Keeper or something. We'll see. It's a difficult choice. Let's keep pushing here though. We're gonna lose the fuck out of this battle. I mean, we look at that, like, those last couple units, and you kind of understand the state we're in. Like a tree man with 1 fucking health, like 1 life, 1 dude. Not really the best unit. A bunch of like quarter health nobodies fighting like the most intensive battle against gore herds, everything. I want to do a Beastman campaign someday. It'll be down the line though. Gotta love that. My phone started playing some Looney Tunes ass music. Like, not even on a call or something. I shifted my weight. I'm pretty sure iPhone's designed to not let you not look at the screen. Like, it's some sort of advertise. You know what? In a video game, this is not slander. This is completely a theory. But whenever I have my iPhone in my pocket, I'm trying to let like my audiobook play or whatever, I'll even have the screen off. Somehow it will open a fucking app that turns off that. Like, it'll open Apple News, or it'll open all this shit, and it'll play it super loud in my ear. It'll play, like, the loudest fucking Instagram. I'm like, I have Instagram, like, it's not even on my home screen. How the fuck did you open that up? Like, I don't do social media, so Instagram's just, like, I removed it from my home screen, because I do a little bit of Reddit, because it's fun to just, like, go on there and answer people's questions with absurd confidence. You know, I'm not, they got real answers already. I'm like, yeah, no, this is exactly what's happening. I'm right, you're wrong. Like, I don't do it a lot, but it's fun. And most of the time, I have decently logical, correct responses. I'm not like, well, actually, what you did's illegal. It's, like, not illegal. That would be full of shit. But, I do, that's, like, the only social media I do. I'm not sure I'll ever have one for this channel. I'll for sure never have a Twitter. Twitter's a fucking cesspool. I cannot. Fucking, the shit I see, like, reboxed and sent to me by family members and people about Twitter is insane. I don't know how people use it anymore. Like, you know, whatever. Before it was bad too. I'm not saying anything about the guy who bought it. Ugh, kill the greenskins. Easy dubs with our treemen. Treemen go insane. But yeah, point being, only channel stuff I'll probably have. I'll probably have to create a Discord for it. Like a Discord profile and a Discord server. So I have a Discord profile, but I just use it for work. And I share it. Like, it's pretty public with, like, my work. I'd rather not have someone be like, huh, it seems, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I have, like, a couple friends on there. So I'd like to create one actually for the channel. And then I'll do that. When the time comes, I'll create a Discord. And maybe a, Instagram or something. I don't want to create a TikTok, but I might. If there's insistence on it, I'll create a TikTok. Because I'd rather not have my stuff be uploaded by someone else on TikTok, them claiming to be me. So unless I have officially said in a video that I've created social media, wasn't me. Wasn't me. I know I'm saying this to like 77 people or whatever, however many views this gets, but I don't want to treat it like I'm famous or something. I'm just, you know, that's the exact reason why I'm not doing this, is because I'm not famous. Like, yeah, if you have a huge following, you should have some sort of social media. But I never intend to have that giant cacophony of, like, oh, so many people watching me. Let's see this. We got our friends. We got a, nope, heroes cannot close anything. I'm not sure why we even got a hero over there. Why the fuck did we get a hero at the world tree? Not sure why I stopped fucking talking there. This is gonna be a siege. Probably doesn't really matter because it's against what? It's against the let me drink some fucking it's against the pull up a blank, Tomb Kings. And I'm not really, you know, I don't want to be at war with them. Or I did at this point, but I don't now. Let's see, we're pushing the front lines. Sorry if I'm stammering or not talking too much. I'm not trying to ring your guys' ear too much. We've got our artillery going hard. We've got our bowmen going hard. We've got our infantry focusing way forward. So we're going to try to send our infantry to push through these troop lines. But in reality, what's going to happen is they're just going to meet these enemies. They're going to fight them, which will be good. One of my favorite lore of Magics is the lore of beasts. It's pretty versatile. It's pretty good. Like, look at what it's even doing here. It eats alive, like the crow and stuff. It does good. It does good. Them's good eats. But yeah, no. I really like the lore. There's a couple lores of Magic I really like. You have to like the lore of Undeath, or like vampires, with the winds of whatever. That one's really good. There's a couple of those that I can really admire their versatility. And there's just a few like lore of fire and stuff that I never really used, but I know is really good. Like lore of Tzeentch and everything. I'm just, oh my gosh, he summoned the whatever in my back line. Oh no, that's gonna rough me up. Luckily, we have those eagle archers in the front, so they'll continue to offer supporting fire while our back line engages in melee. They aren't good melee troops. Like, look at them. They're just archers, but they're fighting pretty rough against these guys, and these guys are already essentially crumbling. Now that's whether that's due to their summoning time running out or them being roughed up. That's up for negotiation and for philosophizing. We can figure that out at a later date. Just be happy they disappeared. I am glad I have 4 of those eagle archers. I don't know how I feel about them though. Like, they're okay units. They're good. Like, they aren't, nah. I don't want to call them the best. Like, they're good units. I think for what they offer, like a flying archer, I'm not sure if they are great or just good. Because, I mean, what are they? Their units are like 12, right? And then they fire decent arrows. None of the arrows are explosive or anything, so I think it's really a give and take. They are harder to hit, they don't engage in melee combat, but they aren't the strongest ranged unit. I'm talking out my ass. I think we have one more good battle in us. I kind of wish I expanded more naturally through here. Like, I went to Ulth 1 next. I was like, hey, you're going to give me this tree. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's mine. But I never went to Ulth 1. What was my next course of action? We're just going to keep pushing our advantage here. I think we focused this, and then we went over Bretonia, and then from there we expanded. Like, from there we claimed, one second. From there we claimed more, what do you call them? More of the magical forest. I don't know why. That I do not. We've got one more good battle in us this episode. I don't really, especially having looked back at up to like episode 10, like, I understand I went over to like the Feywilds and Bretonia. It was like, oh, let's get the Oak of Ages up. I guess that's alright. And then I just kind of expanded like a normal faction, which you're not supposed to do. Like, if I were to do this again, I guess I would specifically capture each of the magical woods. Like, I would for sure do the Oak of Ages first. This one, Oak of Ages, and then maybe Lustria, Orion's Bowman, all that stuff. We'll just claim what we can. There's the Dragon Quest. I don't really need to do that. I'm pretty fine with the Eagle Mount. And let's fight this battle so we don't lose any. It's, what, against Top Knots? I remember them. I've seen them a couple times. I guess we are going to set up some natural firing lines while we, essentially wait while we wait for our very, very strong reinforcements. What are we doing with our eagle? That great eagle, we're sending him in to harass things every time. It's kind of crazy. Do we just activate crows on empty spaces instead of a... Holy shit, that was almost instant fear. I mean, aren't they savages? It makes sense. There, deal a lot of damage to all those units. Keep pushing through. And then the second our reinforcements arrive, shit's about to get whack. I mean, it's like a full group of some pretty powerful treemen. And then the treemen's magic is what? Like, it's life magic, right? That's pretty insane. I enjoy that. What are we doing? We're eating these guys alive. We got our treemen pushing in. There's no orc left on... What's the proper word? Unharmed. Look at that. I love that sprout. What is it? It's not from below. It's, I don't know what that spell's called. It's like Burst of Life. And then he has the, other healing spell. Okay. Yeah, outro us here. It's been a good first episode. We'll see how this series goes. It might end up getting a bit boring and a bit tedious later on. Well, that'll be up for, the game to decide. And, my lead poisoning head to see if I can voice things properly. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your day or whenever you're watching this. Hope you guys come back for more. If not, I hope you enjoyed your time here. Hope to see you guys again next time. If not, that's alright. Positive affirmations as always. It means the world to me that you guys listen to my content, that you guys put in the time to watch any of it at all, especially if you hear this outro. Even if you hear it just from clicking through, that is invaluable to me. The fact that people would come in, listen to me ramble, and just let me have such a positive influence on my hobbies and my like motivation to work and a lot of different things. I can't fully summarize it, but there's a lot that you guys do that contributes to me being better and working harder, so thank